Ever wondered how your Second Amendment rights come into play during a police stop? It's a question that stirs in the minds of many. As we delve into this topic, we're not just looking at the rights that the Second Amendment bestows upon us, but also the responsibilities that it carries. The Second Amendment is a cornerstone of our civil liberties, yet it needs to be balanced with the safety of ourselves and those around us, including the law enforcement officers who serve our communities. When you're stopped by the police, it's not a battleground for your rights, but a moment that calls for understanding, respect, and compliance. But what does this look like in practice? How do we ensure that we're not only protecting our rights, but also acting responsibly? Dive into this complex issue with us as we discuss your rights, the police officer's responsibilities, and how to safely navigate a police stop. The Second Amendment guarantees your right to bear arms. But what does that mean during a police stop? When you're stopped by law enforcement, your Second Amendment rights remain intact. You're legally entitled to carry a firearm, provided you're within the bounds of your local and state laws. But remember, this is about more than just your rights. It's about respect and safety. Transparency is key. If you're carrying, it's a good idea to calmly and clearly inform the officer right away. This isn't a legal requirement in every state, but it's a courtesy that can set a positive tone for the interaction. It's about showing the officer that you respect their role and that you're not a threat. It's also important to remember that your rights don't give you a free pass to escalate the situation. If the officer asks you to step out of the vehicle, do so. If they ask you to keep your hands where they can see them, comply. You can always address any concerns about your rights later in a safe and civil manner. And finally, remember that the officer's primary concern is safety. Yours, theirs, and the public's. So while you have the right to bear arms, it's crucial to exercise that right responsibly, especially during a police stop. Remember, the goal is everyone's safety, including yours and the officers. As law enforcement officers, it's crucial to respect the Second Amendment rights of citizens. Our job is a delicate balance of maintaining peace and order, while ensuring the rights of individuals are upheld. When we make a stop, our primary responsibility is to ensure the safety of everyone involved. This includes ourselves, bystanders, and the individual we've stopped. But safety doesn't mean trampling on people's rights. It means being aware, being cautious, and treating every situation with the respect it deserves. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, firearms. The presence of a firearm during a stop can undeniably heighten tensions. However, it's important to remember that a legally armed citizen is not automatically a threat. Our Constitution grants the right to bear arms, and many law-abiding citizens exercise this right for their own protection. As officers, we must respect this. That said, there may be situations where disarmament is necessary for the safety of all involved. But these situations should be the exception, not the rule. Unnecessary disarmament can escalate a situation rather than diffuse it, and it can infringe upon a citizen's Second Amendment rights. It's important to approach these situations with an open mind. Start with a respectful conversation. Ask the citizen about the presence of a firearm and listen to their response. Treat them as a partner in the situation, not an adversary. This approach can often lead to a more peaceful resolution and helps maintain the trust between law enforcement and the community. Remember, our mission is to protect and serve. We're here to ensure safety, not to be an obstacle to people's rights. Legally armed citizens are our allies in maintaining law and order, and they deserve our respect. In conclusion, as officers, we have a significant role in upholding the Second Amendment rights of citizens. We must remember that our duty is not just to enforce the law, but also to respect the rights of the people we serve. As officers, it's our duty to ensure the safety of all while respecting the rights of our citizens. Striking a balance between Second Amendment rights and safety during a police stop isn't always easy, but it's necessary. This delicate equilibrium requires understanding, respect, and cooperation from both parties involved. As citizens, we have the right to bear arms, as granted by the Second Amendment. However, with this right comes a responsibility to ensure that our actions do not jeopardize our safety or the safety of others, including the police officers who may stop us. This means that we must communicate openly with the officers about the presence of a firearm and comply with their instructions. Remember, cooperation is not an admission of guilt, but a commitment to maintaining safety. On the other hand, police officers have a duty to uphold the law and protect the public. This includes respecting the rights of law-abiding citizens. Officers should understand that legally armed citizens are not inherently a threat, and disarming or confiscating firearms should only occur when it's genuinely essential for everyone's safety. Balancing these rights and responsibilities may seem challenging, but it's about creating an environment of mutual respect and understanding. It's about recognizing that both the citizen and the officer have a role to play in maintaining peace and safety, all while preserving the rights granted to us by the Constitution. With respect and understanding, we can ensure both our rights and safety are protected. Let's recap the important points we've discussed today. The Second Amendment is a cornerstone of our freedom, a right that allows us to protect ourselves and our loved ones. But it comes with the responsibility of ensuring safety, both ours and those around us, including law enforcement officers. During a police stop, remember to be respectful and cooperative. Listen to the officer's instructions and follow them. If you're carrying a firearm, disclose this information proactively. This does not mean surrendering your rights, rather it's a demonstration of respect for the officer's safety. On the flip side, officers should remember that not every armed citizen poses a threat. Disarming should be a measure reserved for situations where there's a palpable risk. Legally armed citizens are generally law-abiding and should be treated with respect. Remember, your Second Amendment rights are important, but so is everyone's safety. Let's keep the balance.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.